Uh, what's the thin line between underconfidence, overconfidence, and confident, being confident?
See, I have a source where I can get some money, and somebody is asking me money. So, what do I say? I'll give you money with a confidence that I am going to draw from somewhere else, right? Yes or no? What is that confidence can be called?
Confidence or trust on others.
Yeah, so but your three categories, in which category it belongs to?
I think it's overconfident.
No, I am not overconfident. If I know Harish well and he is rich, he is going to give me, I have a old practice of taking money from him.
Confidence.
So I am confident that I am going to get that money, right? Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So overconfidence is assume I don't know swimming and I am jumping in water thinking that I can cross the river.
Okay.
Understood? So overconfidence is a train is running and coming. I'm thinking I can jump in front of the train and stop the train. No. Is it possible? So what is confidence now? I have full trust.
Me.
I have full trust. Yeah. I have full trust.
I'm faster than Usain Bolt. Also me. Sprains my ankle.
So now you got it, Adria. You can re-explain that in your words.
Yeah, trust or confidence in something or someone or in myself, so that with something which is possible, or I'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. One more thing, which is better after death of some person, burial or burning their body? And in some tradition, why is it said that the sages should not be burnt rather than should be buried?
See, assume I am in Saudi Arabia and I insist people have to be burned. Is there a method for burning? Traditionally there was no firewood available. So what? There are traditions not only burning and burying. There are traditions where the dead body is given to vultures to eat. So it depends on geography. It depends on geography and the density of population. Assume that I am not taking groundwater in a place. Like in a desert, I am not going to dig the ground to take water. Only I will take oil. So any dead body put in the mud will add oil. Ultimately, these are all going to be a biodegradable thing. So it will add to the oil production of that country. Got it? So you can see the burying without burning is part of a supplement to oil generation. Whereas in India, assume that in Kerala sort of a place you start burying people, automatically the dead body will start oozing out all the ghee, the waste. Generally body is full of fluid. So the fluid will join with water and water pollution will happen. So it all depends. The rituals are not very absolute. Rituals are always geographical and with a very specific reason. It is nothing to do with religion. Actually, religion gave a scaffold for that. Originally, it is our health related activities. Healthy living. That is how it is.
Can I add to it?
Yeah.
For example, there's an island in Norway named Svalbard. I think that's the name. And in Svalbard, it's illegal to die because just before you die, you're shipped to Norway, the capital in Norway. This is because when you die, they cannot bury there because you die because it's very cold there, and because it's in the Arctic, and it will be permafrost. So the virus and dead body, everything will be permanently stuck there, waiting to be released, and then it can cause major disease, death, and havoc.
Now, what was done during the World War and all, the dead bodies were thrown in some places, like in a river or maybe in a big ditch. Later, they found it is going to create problems and pollution. They have taken all that, and there are burial stations available. And you can see in burial stations in most of the places, the Germany and all, they are all visiting places today. The traditional burial places, the dust will go and only the ornaments will come separate. And where do they collect ornaments after the burying? And each, they don't even know whose ashes are there. But still they have a list of people, and some ashes are put in the dust, the dabba, and then kept there, saying that these are all the ashes of so and so people. I don't think it was never separated and found out. But they have a tradition, because the tradition is put it in the box and then keep it there with a board and all that. The Christianity. So they found they cannot do that. So what did they do? They started burying it. So the reason was they didn't get a sufficient place for burial. The burial grounds were full. So what do you do? Got it? It all depends on population, the property of the land, the geographical, geophysical, geological situations determines how it has to be. There are cremations not possible when people have given sunlight focused to burn the dead bodies also. There are such religions. You look at which religion, I don't remember. The category I don't remember, but sunlight burned dead bodies, that is the practice which they have, because firewood is not available, sunlight is plenty. Another part is they give it to vultures to eat.
Pasi.
Yeah, Pasi. I don't want to name the religion, that's why I did not. Because today it is harsh for some people to listen to such things, right?
Okay, sir. Sir, I am leaving. I had another work.
We also
Thank you.
have 5:30, actually 5:40 now. Anything more, Adria?
Nothing. Basically, I asked this question. I read about like burying Ramana Maharshi's mother. Like he didn't allow to burn it, rather he asked to bury it. So I was a bit confused. Like he said, is it a tradition that someone who had like Devan Mukta's body won't be buried or burnt?
So
That's why I asked.
no, this is like in some mutt in South India and all. The traditionally their Guru Parampara, they wanted to retain the body, and they will suppose you bury it, then it's only ashes, and the place where they buried, they create a monument for them. Okay, there are some traditions in which they are not buried, they are only they are not burned, they are only buried, and they put in the very specific posture of sitting postures. So that means they did not die on the deathbed, they were sitting and meditating. So meditation was supposed to be in the sitting posture during their life. So they wanted to say that they were sitting and dying. But then in Indian tradition, when we bury, we have got a very specific insulation process. Insulation process is the body is put with full of ashes, and then a cover of leaves, dried leaves, like husk, and then even if the body gets not dissipated, it will not mix with the mud. They do packaging of insulation. It is taken care of very well.
Something like embalming.
Embalming, yeah, it's almost like embalming, but embalming is like with a chemicals and all, and then put it to preserve in your lab. But this is almost like a natural embalming with not much of chemicals, but with a lot of, one of the best thing is ashes. Bhasma, Vibhudi. So Vibhudi will absorb a lot of water. That is why soon after bath, people apply Vibhudi. so that it absorbs the water which goes inside and you will not get cold. You can see most of the people apply vibhuti all throughout the body. They are the people without towel, they go to prayers. So vibhuti is almost like drying your body naturally.
Nathan salt can also be used.
Yeah.
And then what's the purpose of wearing sandal on forehead and body parts?
Sandal is generally applied on the forehead between the eyebrow and the nose because that makes us cool. So generally that is done in the early morning bath. In evening it is vibhuti. Yeah, ask Harish.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Doctor, human life we receive human life after many janmas.
Yeah.
So many janmas. And it's the most precious life that one has received.
Yeah.
How can one achieve moksha just in one human life? Is it possible? And how to go about getting it?
Vapi kupatatakani devata anayanani ja annapradhanamudyanam purtham ityabhidiyate. There are two karmas to be done. One karma is called purtha karma. Another karma is called ISHTA karma. There are two separate karma in the Sanatana Dharma. ISHTA karma is what I do for my favor. To get promotions, go to temple, get my satisfaction, my happiness. All that is called ISHTA karma. Ishtate lebhate surgam. If you do ISHTA karma, you get surgam, you get happiness. That is not moksha. Purte moksham avapniyat. To get moksha, you should do purtha karma. So what is purtha karma? Purtha karma is vapi kupa tatakani devatane nanija. Either dig a well, make a lake. That means you are not doing it for yourself, doing it for generations to come. To drink them water, you are providing sources. One. Devatane nanija. Create a lot of forest, greeneries, plant trees. If I plant a coconut tree, I am not going to eat all the coconuts. It is going to serve generations. If I plant one mango tree, it is not for me to eat all the mangoes. Ants, birds, squirrels, flies, everybody will eat. The worms also will eat. So I am supporting plenty of living beings around it.
Okay.
And that too, if I am only a non-fruit bearing tree, or very less. Fruit bearing tree, it will serve many more. So it says, Annapradhana Mudyanam. I create gardens which will give food for many other animals, plants, all the living beings around it. Vapi, Kupa, Tatakani, all the water bodies. Annapradhana Mudyanam, Purtham Ityabhidiyate. Such karma which I do, I am eligible to get moksha. That means everybody will pray. Everybody around this world you are making as many number of people are happy.
Okay.
Yeah, that will give you more permanent happiness. See, the happiness of a instant activity is very less and you cannot count it for a long time. But whereas when you plant one tree, when it grows, every day you enjoy seeing the fruits. Yeah. Every year, if a bird comes and then takes it also, you feel happy. Correct. So this is very specifically Sanatana Dharma definition. ISHTA Poortham. Sanatana Dharma, another name is ISHTA Poortham. What is Sanatana Dharma? ISHTA Poortham. That's it. And what plant is to be planted is also there. It is not just fruits alone. There are trees which will clean the air. That also has to be planted. Okay. Panjamranali Narakam Nayabi. 5 coconuts have to be planted. 23 trees are mentioned there.
What about chanting of God's name?
They are all.
How?
See, actually, if I love my small kid, I will not call him by name. If I like Nanda Kishore, I am not going to call him as Nanda Kishore. I will call him baby, papa, beta, bacha. So many things I keep calling, right? Young children, when we make to play with them, don't we call many names?
Yeah.
So
Don't
keep on
anyone.
calling different names like a Sahasranama, singing song about them. These are all to show the love. So only if you love God, you should keep repeating it. Yeah, tell me.
I have a point. Don't call me Nanda Kishore.
Nanda Krishna or Nanda Kishore. Kishora is also same. Any name if I call Gopala, Narayana, everything is same meaning. So I can call you any name. 108 names. 108 names I can call you.
Please.
Govinda, Narayana, Gopala, Krishna, all that is same. No difference.
Same, but I hate it.
Yeah, Yadava. So, the number of names which I call based on the situations. So, if I have to call, you can see in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is calling Arjuna based on the situations. If he has to scold, he will use some name. But with love, Kundi Putra. Kundi Putra means, oh, the son of Kundi, because Krishna loves Kundi maximum. So wherever in the sloka Kundi Putra means, oh, I am advising you. He is not friendly. Partha means immediately that is friendship. So, do we have such a relationship with God? The other day we were discussing about the different styles of bhakti. So, in each bhakti, the names with which I am calling God also should change. Assume you don't know that, you are by-hearting it and using it for prayers. That means you are by-hearting somebody's name and then calling your lover. That doesn't look, that looks artificial, right? So it should come so natural. That is what is to be done. So it doesn't mean much when you by-heart the toughest slokas and then keep repeating it to please the God. No, it doesn't. That is only to give you a satisfaction. Yes, I learned. That's ego, probably. You know, in the whole Kali Yuga, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna is good enough. That is called the Maha Mantra. Keep on repeating it. Or maybe some Shuddhi mantras, whichever is useful for like giving you strength and courage. Keep repeating it. That's up to you to get a satisfaction. That is it. Not much. It is to get a satisfaction and strength for you. Yeah. Ask Krishna. What is that you want?
What about in the Dwarka Yuga?
Dwapara Yuga.
You say Kali Yuga, what about in the Dwarka Yuga?
Not Dwaraka. It is Dwapara Yuga. Dwapara Yuga is before that. The Yuga participate.
Yeah.
The partition of Yugas and all I have explained somewhere else. You just look at
Kali
it.
Yuga is Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, what about the Dwarka Yuga?
Yeah. Those days it was Yaga Yetna which was important. Not chanting mantras. Dwapare Yetname Yahu. And actually in Kali Yuga, not even chanting. The Kali Yuga, what is to be done is Danamekam. Danam, give food and knowledge to somebody else. That is what is to be done in Kali Yuga. Danamekam Kale Yuge.
Anamegam Kalayugam Ranamegam Kalayugam.
Dwapare Yetname Yahu. In Dwapare Yuga, Yetna was what is prescribed. So in this Kali Yuga, you have to give. I don't want. That is why rituals are being created to give. Give it to somebody else. Whatever I have, supplement, give it to somebody else.
So that action of giving without any passion and desires will destroy all the pabas one has done. Matlab wo sanjita karma and all.
Yeah, that is what is expected, because when I am giving something to somebody else, it means I have that feeling you are also part of me. See, when I am serving my children, I am not thinking of getting some return. So similarly, if I can do to Atira, I am considering Atira as my daughter, Krishna as my son, Harish as my brother, Jayanti as my sister. If I do that, then my life becomes so happy. When you achieve something, I feel happy. So that happiness is moksha for me. Yeah. Good question.
Yeah, matlab, it's been said that it's been said to Paramahamsa that Kali is the hindrance for his moksha. So what was that meant by?
See, the Devi Sankalpas have got different styles of our age, maturity and all being shown. The mood in which we are doing is shown. Okay, so Kali, the Kalam is what is Kali and which is Kali. My thought about all the time is what is creating problem for me. I always think about the time factor. My death, my maturity, when I am going to get this. So that concept is what is being caught. So similarly, my fear towards death, my fear towards going to the smishan, my fear towards my beauty, all these are represented by different age groups in the Devi Sankalpas. There are few Devi Sankalpa lectures of mine which explains this. And Kaligala, the different yugas are also explained. You can see in UPSC some of the explanations. I think Yuga I have explained there with writing all the descriptions. Adira.
Yeah, I was to ask that. Is he sticking on to that particular name or particular form? Was that hindrance to his salvation?
See, this will happen only when you are in a lower level. When you go to higher levels, you yourself will get relinquish all that. That is the maturity which you get. I think the same day 2019, I was teaching Ramana Maharshi's chantings, in which he explains how to get into that sort of a state. So it is not chanting, it is being with them. It is the satsang. You be with such people, automatically that character will come inside you. Nirvana Shatakam and all I have explained. Almost this time. You can look at Nirvana Shatakam explanation. So you know how you don't care even your body, you don't care your age, you don't care your shape, you don't care your relatives. All that is Nirvana. So it needs a higher maturity. So in the lower level it may not have. You have to reach to that level. That is why we say Brahmacharya, Garhastya. You have to go to all the steps. So you cannot get into sannyasam in the younger childhood. Right. So you have to satisfy yourself with all that life and then reach into a level where the sannyasa comes and then nirvana. All sannyasis also will not get into nirvana. Very rarely, very few sannyasis will get into the nirvana level.
And one more thing. Sorry
Yeah.
for that.
No issue.
It's been said that a sect of yoga practices, something called Swara Yoga. It's all an art. In 1 hour period, you will be breathing through only one nostril. Is that a right thing or just a fake thing?
See, if you are artificially trying to do that, it is faking. Actually, if you look at the Shaiva Siddhantas in Kashmiri Shaivism, the sound itself is determined based on from where the sound comes. There is a beautiful way of explaining the sound mechanisms in body, the breathing patterns in body, how you make the sound in which level, and what is that strength which you have for the no the sound in which you speak, the ghanam for that, the strength for that, the strong sound comes from where, the light words comes from there, so that your presentations becomes, all these are being told in the Kashmiri Shaivism, from where the sound comes. So I don't think anywhere it is mentioned one nose mechanisms there. I have never heard about it.
Sir,
Thank you.
Yeah,
good evening, sir.
Jayanti ji, tell.
Sir, can you speak something on Kashmir Shaivism, your next class?
Maybe sometime, yes. I am not an authority on that, but I had lot of people who knows that, and then I was with them for some time to learn bit pieces. We could do that. Maybe we can have some other very specific session on that.
Yes. Yes, at least that I just wanted to know about the 36 elements which Kashmir Shaivism would speak.
Yeah, I learned that when I was in Delhi. I had few friends who used to invest some time for me during that time. So I learned from them actually. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.